If you're a coach, consultant, course creator, and you're having trouble landing clients directly from content, or you're getting people but they're the wrong people on calls with you, they're unsure, they're uncertain, maybe they're unqualified completely, I'm about to solve that problem for you because everything in the title is true. I'm about to teach you a formula that's going to get people to contact you directly. No DMs required in under 3 minutes. At least for me, it was in 3 minutes. Pretty potent stuff. And let's get into it. Boys and girls, story time. So earlier this week, I taught the exact same strategy in my program to a whole bunch of people. Surprise, surprise, an hour later, a whole bunch of people started commenting in the Slack channel that it works. The person that I created the content for got back to me regarding the content on the content, responded to the content. When I did it, the person reached out to me and was like, I want to work with you. And they'll be financially qualifying themselves. One person, just one, texted me today and said, Yaya, it didn't work for me. I was like, interesting. Let's go deeper. And so we went deeper into what she did and asked her, I said, walk me through it. And she made two critical mistakes, which I see so many people making that it kind of blows my mind. The way I thought about it, I was like, all right, how can I reverse engineer this and share it with people so everybody else stops making the same mistake? And she shared two things with me. The first one, she was like, well, when I created the piece of content, I added the call to action and I had a couple of people in mind when I was creating the piece of content. I was like, cool, what else? She's like, well, the picture didn't do well, so I changed the picture. It wasn't right. I was unsure about the picture. I was like, all right, got it. So let me introduce you to the two-step process that you're going to use to do this, to get clients directly from your content. Here's how, and I call this the and/or formula. If you want to break it down, it's and/or. And so a lot of people will tell you, create problem-based content, create solution-based content, create offer-based content. Forget all of that. If you're one of those people who's like, I help you with inner blockages and emotional resistance and subconscious reprogramming, and I help with this, if you have that, you're going about it the wrong way. And the first thing she said was width or breadth. How wide, the wide array of people she was trying to encompass in that piece of content. She was trying to cover a whole bunch of angles in that piece of content. And so the mistake she was making was instead of depth, because what sets you apart, what gives you authority over your clients, what proves to people that this person knows me better than I know myself. It's not breadth. It's not, I've worked with so many people. They say, don't be afraid of the man who's practiced 1,000 kicks once. But they say, be very afraid of the man who's practiced one kick 1,000 times. That's a specialist. And so in the medical industry, you have specialists. Why go to a heart surgeon who's fresh, who's going to charge you maybe $5,000? And why do most people skip that guy and go to a heart surgeon who's been in the industry for 30 years and probably done, let's say 30,000 operations and pay him $50,000? Experience. Depth, it's not breadth. To break this and make it easier, how does and/or apply? Most people, when they're creating content, they use the or formula. If you're having this problem, or you're having this problem, or you're having, let's say for mindset coaches, if you have trauma, or if you have PTSD, well, PTSD is a form of trauma, or if you have self-doubt, or if you have low confidence, or if you have limiting beliefs, or if you have mental... No! Too generic, too vague. And it's linked to step 2. You want to go with and I'm going to give my example here. So a lot of people come from a place of like, I can help, I can solve so many problems, I work with so many types of people. Yeah, I can solve all of them. You're a rookie if that's how you think. All the millionaires I've created, all the other people that I've met who've been able to scale their business, know one person inside out. And so when we explain things like, women 35 plus, men 40 and above, blah, too generic, too vague, too surface level. You don't know your people at all. Depth looks like, when I describe my people, for example, the people I work with, I'm like, if you're committed, if you're a hard worker, if you know your material inside out, if you're willing to do what it takes, if you don't have 24 hours a day to spend on your business and you just want to get it done in as little a time possible, can you see I'm doing and if you're all these things, then and only then can I help you. When people reach out to me in the DMs with their problems, I'm like, dude, or lady, I can speak to you to understand your problem. I'm not sure I can solve it. I can't guarantee because I don't know enough about you. And so where we come from in content makes a lot of sense. And for my left brain people, this is the logic. This is how we process. This is what depth looks like when you use and instead of I do this, or I can do this, or I can do this, or I can do this. It's like going to a restaurant and you ask them what's your specialty. They're like, well, we do Chinese well, we do continental well, we do great steaks, we do great burgers. Like, well, no you don't. You're lying. No you don't. Human nature. Instead, you want to go deeper. If you've been through trauma, this type of trauma, and you have low self-confidence, and you have doubts, and you're struggling in the workplace, and depth. The and/or formula, when applied, becomes the most potent attraction mechanism or magnet in the world. Why? Because the person who's your ideal client, it's going to stop them while scrolling. It doesn't matter if you've done video or text or audio, it doesn't matter. They're going to stop because they're going to, oh my God, this is me. They're talking to me. You want people to think they're talking to me. They're talking about me. That's what's going to cause them to sort of reach out to you. Not, if you have this, or we can do this, or it shows uncertainty. It shows a person coming from a desperate place. I can do this, or if you like, I can do that, or if you like, I can do that. No, you don't. No. Don't treat yourself that way. So I hope this helps you. Use the and/or formula. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me if this makes sense to you. Tell me if you've been taught this before, because I've been taught this before, just not the way I interpret it. We've all been taught to be specific, but we haven't been taught how specific we need to be. Because a lot of people are still skimming the surface. They're being generic, vague, and everybody else who comes across their content skims past their content because they're being too vague. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy your weekend. Take care.